everyone. So welcome to Wip It podcast episode number 11. Yes, I'm excited we finally reached double digits. Like I had said at the beginning of the year when I released my 2016 updates, I was going to backtrack some of my other videos that had been of this style, but were part of a group that I'm no longer a part of. So they all got renamed, and I now have a Wip It playlist. So I do have some whips to show you, but not really any finished objects. I've got 2 projects on the needles and hooks in the works, and they're kind of big, so I really want to show them to you. So let's start with the first one. That's a birthday gift that I showed you that I started last week. So what I have done right now, it's all falling. If the camera moves, it's because part of my what's finished is rolling. I have these, which will be the legs. You can see it there. And I have these, which are completely closed in, which are going to be the arms. So I also now have the entire body done, including the eyes, crocheted. I showed all the crocheted pieces to you, but I haven't sewn any of them together. This is all I have left currently to sew this Enderman together with. This is tiny. This is a remnant of that giant skein of black Red Heart yarn that I bought and I showed you, and it was a full skein. I hadn't even used it for a partial project. Nothing. It's all gone into this project. So I've got body parts, I've got head parts here that need to be sewn together, more body parts, my darning needle, and the eyes are right here. And I know these threads are really long, these ends, but I'm going to use those to sew on the eyes onto the face. And that is exactly what his eyes look like. It does fade into a lighter purple here right next to this dark purple, but I really don't have a light enough purple. I don't have a lavender. I do, but it has like that satin kind of shiny finish to it. Guys, I don't have a matte lavender color. I have almost every color of Red Heart yarn, and I don't have lavender. What the heck, Red Heart? I know they have like a pastel version where it's kind of like multi-tonal, but I don't have a lavender. Red Heart, get on your game. I need a lavender, people. You need at least a color to represent each of the Minecraft characters. Each. Be able to complete an entire Minecraft character, at least. Personal opinion, you don't actually have to do that, Red Heart. Be nice! But you don't have to. So that is this Minecraft character. I should have him done in the next week, which means that I really need that to happen because their birthday, I believe, is soon. It's like in a couple of weeks. I need to text my stepmom. Oh snap. And find out when that birthday party is, because I think their birthday falls in the middle of the week. So, yes. I have a receipt in my hand. That's what I have in my hand. The next whip I have, and I'm in the middle of a row, but for knitters, you can understand that. I am knitting Yes, people, me, knitting, it's a thing, it's real, and I love it. I'm pretty sure I'm going to go another set, and by set I mean that I will show you here. Okay, so you can see here how it's got these holy bits right here. That is called the lace rows, and then all of this right here in between the two lace rows, all of this here, all of this garter stitch is the regular rows, and you do 7 of the regular rows, and then you do 1 of the lace rows, and then 7, so on and so forth. And it says, the pattern says to go for as long as you need it big, because you do increases, you do yarn overs, which act as increases at the middle here, and then you do where's the edge? There it is. You do them here at the edge of the yarn, so you get those holy bits there. Of course, that's right on a lace row, so it just looks like a bunch of holes. Now the yarn I'm using, I got from Joann's in a big 1 pound skein bag, which Joann oddly no longer has those. I was looking for them today and couldn't find them. But this I've had in my stash for maybe a year. And it is acrylic based. I don't have much left of this skein. There were 4 skeins in the bag. It is actually really very pretty. It's an art yarn, and it's just got these multi-tonal little baubles with a black center thread. The pattern I am doing is on my Ravelry as a project that I'm currently working on. It is the Light as a Feather shawl. Where did I find it? Knit Picks? I don't know. But it is on Ravelry. You can definitely go and check it out. I am Crafty Cassie on Ravelry, so that'd be the place to look. And it's super simple. This is my this is my second knitted project. I did have some hiccups at the beginning, learning the difference between a twisted yarn over and a regular yarn over. I still get the holes, but this first lacy row without any blocking is going to be honestly really hard to tell it even exists, because I thought that you're supposed to wrap the yarn all the way over. No, just looping it over will give you that definitive lacy holy bit. So I've been working on this for less than a week, about a week, and I started on my US 9s, my clovers that are 16 inches long, circular needles, and then something else came in. I placed an order that I told you about from Knit Picks. I got these. These are my rosewood interchangeable Knit Picks knitting needles, and I got a set of them, and I will show you those in the acquisitions because I just got them in the mail a couple of days ago. So thankfully these came a couple of days ago, and I was able to knit the shawl right onto the new needles. And I've got a 24-inch cable here, and as you can see, the shawl's already getting pretty long, but I only want it to be excuse me. Why do I always get hiccups when I record? Anyways, I really only want this to be a scarf, so I'm not going to have much more to do, and I am running out of yarn, so I think I'm going to be stopping here. I'm going to do one more lacy row and one more set of 7 of the regular rows, and I'm done. I'm going to bind it off and call it a day. Maybe. I'm on row 6 right now of this one, and I think I might just actually, I don't know. I'm playing it by ear, and I have no idea how I'm going to block this, mainly because I just started knitting and blocking mats were not in my cart. I didn't even know about blocking mats until afterwards. I may just soak it. It is an acrylic, so it can be, thrown in the washer. It just has to be hand dried. Fibers, itchy, from the stuffing material. Okay, but it just needs to be laid out to dry. And I'm hoping that when I lay it out to dry, that it will loosen up a bit. But we will see. So, I'm almost done with this row. I'd like this to be done within the next couple of days. My best friend sent me a text message that she had found something that just screamed me, and I was like, oh goodness. Thankfully I've got a gift I was going to give you anyways, but I shouldn't say I feel bad. I love getting gifts. I love being, surprised in that way, but I always feel like I'm not doing enough. And so I feel like I want to give more, and, but like I mentioned, excuse me, that was a weird hiccup. Oh, that got caught in my throat. Ow. I don't keep a whole lot of my projects, actually, so, I don't make a whole lot. I make some stuff are just play, and those are the things that I keep, but for the most part, I don't keep hardly any. Sorry, I thought I was on a different row than I am. I'm not, I'm on the right row. Okay, so, there. Maybe this is why the podcasters I watch don't knit while they're podcasting, because they get distracted. Way too easy. Anyways, I feel bad when she gets me something, and I haven't gotten her anything in forever, it feels like, so, yeah. But, yeah, it is. So I'm holding it at center here, and I think I might make it longer because I'm a bit worried because it will gather some. That's basically how I'm measuring it, is I'm just really just wrapping. Yeah, I'm gonna do another lacy row and then another row of 7, and I think that will be perfect for her. My best friend is a little bit bigger than me. She's not much taller, but she's definitely more curvaceous. So, I want to be able to keep her lady bits, the top bits. And she's pregnant too, so, she's just growing to accommodate this other being that is in her tummy, overall, so, but she's always very self-conscious about her décolleté area, and so I feel like this would make her happy because then she can just wrap it around. Plus the little pops of color remind me of her. They're light and feminine and super sweet, and then just the randomness of it makes me think of, it's more or less our friendship, because I'm really random, but we're both very colorful, and we have a lot of fun when we're together, and this says fun to me. So, I think she'll like that a lot. So that is all I have for what's on my needles. So let's get into acquisitions. My wallet is now crying. Things that I have bought because I am a shopaholic. I'm just gonna grab this first bit here because it's fun, actually. It's not yarn related, but it is crafting related, and this is supposed to be a crafting podcast. So I have this one lone Copic marker. And this is a Copic sketch in the color Abyss Green, BG75. I want to start doing cards again. It'd be nice to have a designated area, which I keep talking about is going to happen soon. Boyfriend comes home from overseas travel in a month. I'm so excited. And it's not traveling, it's training. He's working over there and gaining a lot of experience. He is the supervisor for his for the avionics portion over there, so it's really stressing him out, but he's gonna be home soon, and he's so excited. I'm so excited. I get to snuggle again. You don't know how hard it is to not be able to snuggle for like even just 5 minutes. I do admit that he has a lot more liberties than I will get when I go over for overseas training because I work on different gear. So I go to a warehouse that I'm lucky if I'll get internet in. And I go for 9 months. He only has to go for 3. And that is gear specific where he the type of electronics he works in. So they keep promising they're going to drop the length of time for me down to 7, but we'll see. 6 would even be better, and we'll be living off of emails when that happens, so that's going to stink. So if I go gone for 7 months, if it's less than, a couple of months and I'm not on social media other than Facebook, which I'll only really be on my private Facebook, yeah, you'll know why. I'm doing overseas training, so. But hopefully, I will get my lady cave, my whatever you want to call it, craft room, freedom space, to be able to do stuff. I want to do digi-stamps and make pretty cards, and I would love to be able to make more cards and send them to people. Snail mail is one of my favorite things nowadays, which means I'm probably going to have to stock up on stamps. It's been a while since I bought stamps. Not a super long time. Normally I just go to the post office because I'll buy a package and send the package. Pay for postage that way. So it'll be interesting to buy real stamps. I think I bought some recently. I don't know what I did with them. That's not good. But anyways, let's get on to the yarny goods. I'm going to start with the heavy things out of this bag. I got the Rit Dye More Synthetic in Daffodil Yellow, Frost Gray, and Kentucky Sky. You're probably wondering, what am I going to be doing with all this dye? And I do have a box of Rit powder dye. I don't know if they're the same. So I got these at, sorry, I was reading the directions. I got these at Hobby Lobby for $5, as you can see. And I'm going to, oh, sad day. This is a twist cap. These are flip caps. Ooh, that does not have a safety seal. I'm not going to do that. Wow, and I just had these slinging around in my bag there. They don't smell bad. I mean, they smell funny, but they're not, like, strong. So that'll be nice. That's one of the issues I wanted to make sure about the dye that I bought, was I didn't want a strong dye. And why did I buy dye, you ask? Because I bought dyeable cotton. Now, again, I got this at Hobby Lobby for $3.49. This is just to play around with. It is cotton. It's soft cotton though. It doesn't have that weird like I could do that against the cotton. This is so soft. I'm so happy with this, how soft this is. So this is 3 ounces, 85 grams, 153 yards, 100% cotton, and it is a worsted weight. I want to start dyeing yarn, people. I want to make my own hand dyes to play with. Now, I saw at Joann's that they had Tulip Colorology dyeable cotton yarn, and it was soft too, but it was a little bit rougher. It was more like Peaches and Cream, which is a pretty common cotton yarn that you can get. It's generally used for like grocery bags and or reusable grocery bags and kitchen towels. So like hand towel, like scrubbies and hand towels and things like that, because it's a really good bulky yarn and it doesn't really lose its shape when you get it wet. It kind of just stays in its generic simple shape. It is going to stretch out over time, but it's not going to. It doesn't really hold shape very well either, so it doesn't shrink when you throw it in the dryer. It's just a really good household, easy cleaning kind of material. So I got 3 skeins of these to play with. My dream is to create a pattern that makes me think of a bubble bath, like a baby's or a child's bubble bath, with the yellow rubber ducky and, you know, gray tub and blue bubbles, and, you know, that's what I was thinking of when I thought about those 3 colors. That's why I bought them. I was like, ah. And I was honestly, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to be making a bunch of little wash rags for my best friend, for her baby. So I thought that would be something awesome that she could have to make bath time a little bit more special for her. Right. I'm going to start with the non-knitting things, or these guys. So I do have a journal, and Valentine's Day is coming up, but also a few of these are super cute. This one in particular has all these postages and this post office. So now when I, you know, have to go to the post office to drop off a package or I order something, I can put these in there. So cards. Like I said, I'd love to send more cards. So I got these at Michael's for $1. This one has monsters. Just looks like that. Monsters and candy. Bright, colorful. The next one is the Sweethearts. And it has little owls and baking, because I do like to bake for the people at work, so that will be a good way to note that. And then this is Too Sweet, and it has little froggies and more owls and more envelopes. Happy mail, so I can note how long when it takes for packages to get to me, and that will be something I want to track a little bit more carefully, because like I ordered from Knit Picks, which I'm going to be showing you here in a second. It felt like forever. Not only that, but like I also do Knit Crate, and it keeps saying it's, oh my goodness. Sorry, there is fiber up on my nose and it is irritating me. It's also winter, so my nose is a little bit on the drippy side, but which is kind of gross, but can't help but being a girl who has lived in Florida off and on most of her life, and now she's in cold permanently again. So, anyways, so they're really cute, and you get 300, over 350 in this one, over 250, over 250 on this book, and almost 300 in this one. So this one you're definitely getting a lot of money, or a lot of stickers for your money, but I think a lot of them are smaller because they have hearts. Oh, there's little kissing fishes. How cute! Yeah, and these ones have bigger stickers. So, I do plan on doing, like, decorating videos for my planner, so, just a heads up that that might be coming up. Not necessarily in this Wip It podcast. I may just show you the previous week's decorations, but for the most part, I'm just going to be doing separate Plan With Me videos. So those will be fun. And then, Yarngasm podcast, which is hosted by Kristen, also known as Woolen Vine Yarns. She's a hand dyer, spinner. She also sells her own yarns. She is doing a Box of Socks cowl, and I decided I needed to be a part of that. But I didn't start a week and a half ago when she announced it because I didn't have the right knitting needles, and I thought that the knitting needles I had ordered from Knit Picks were going to have the needles I was going to need. No. Interchangeable needles start at size 4, and I didn't look at that, so I had to go and buy other sizes. So I got a number 2 in a 16-inch cable by Clover. And I got a number 3 in the 16-inch as well by Clover. And then I went to Joann's, and I found something even better. The number 2s in a 40-inch cable. Yes. But I still couldn't find a number 1. I looked everywhere. Nobody had a number 1, which Kristen's basic socks, what she refers to as her vanilla socks, require a number 1. Finally, I had to go to my local yarn store, which sells all the gloriousness of yarn as we know it. And I found them. So these are Knitter's Pride Dreams. 40-inch US ones. And I think I actually need 1.5s. Well then, I'm hoping that by using these ones and using the same amount of stitches, it will actually fit my foot. I wear a size 5, which most people refer to as a child's size in shoes. Like, I have to go to the children's section to find the 5s in any store that I go to. Sometimes if I go to Payless Shoe Store, I can find a size 5. They have adult colors, but they're kind of in that in-between area where the kids meet the adults. So, yeah. Thankfully my shoes are a little bit more cheaper because technically they're classified as children's, but that also means I do not have the average sized woman's foot, and I have to make things smaller. So maybe these ones will work. I'm hoping they'll be okay. So I got a couple more bags, and, well, I got a bag and a box. No, a couple bags and a box. I've bought a lot this month. Not even month, this last couple weeks. I have body wash in here, and I totally forgot that I bought the body wash. So I need to put this under the sink at home. First thing I got that is crafting related, I got a Fiskars 45mm medium duty, multiple layers of fabric, loop handle, rotary blade. Yes! Time to cut all the things. All the things. I have had a mat, and I had the clear ruler. Have. I still have. It is at my apartment right now. But I didn't have the blade. Or I do. I think I have like 2 of them, and I can't find any of them. Because this room, everything's just cluttered, and it's kind of just put away and out of sight because it's the worst place for a crafter right now. At least for me, because my brain has to have certain amounts of order. Like, all of my fabric right in this place. Thank you. All of my yarn all in this place. Thank you. So like I want to have everything at least in a general area that belong to those crafts. Makes it really easy. But not when you're in a small room and people like to come in here and be like, you're a slob. So you just kind of throw everything where you can to get it off the floor. So people can't say you're a slob. Or in my case, I'm a slob. So, and I'm not. I'm just a crafter and I have a lot of stuff. So I bought these 4 fat quarters. I found a pattern online. It doesn't have measurements. Actually, I'm going to do this. But it has a base idea and they're supposed to be using fat quarters. So I got this really pretty pink, gray, and white kind of French theme. I got these multi-tonal owls, and I got a couple of different shades of gray to match. And I'm going to be making project bags. So now, when I come to show you guys all of my nitty goodness, or my project goodness, you won't have to hear rustle from the plastic bags that I keep everything in. I also fell in love with this. Got this at Walmart. It is just this beautiful roses with script all over it. And there's a little bit of leaf detail. So I was going to do a pink inside, but I decided to go with green, just to be a contrasting color. So, yeah, that's all that's in this bag. So I have some yarn acquisitions, and it made my pocketbook cry when I bought just these 3 skeins of yarn. And this is a mini skein. I don't know if you can tell what this is, but it's so pretty. It's so soft. This is a unicorn tail in Chastu. And this is in the 100% superwash merino wool. Look at it. There are 52 yards in this little guy. And then I found this. By the way, these are made by the same people. Madeline Tosh. This is in fact my first Madeline Tosh purchase. And when I realized that my local yarn store had this, not a big box store like Joann's or Michael's or Hobby Lobby, but my actual yarn store, which is Wild Fibers, I had to buy one. I had to own some Madeline Tosh. So now I do. And this is in her dandelion base. It is 90% superwash merino, 10% fine linen, and this is antique lace. It's a fingerling weight. And no, I'm not knitting this into socks. Why in the world would I waste these beauties on Madeline Tosh on socks? I want something elegant, and I'm going to be buying more of these unicorns. They had a nice little spinny rack. And then I found this. This is another brand that I'm quickly falling in love with. I couldn't stop picking it up at the yarn store today. This is by Allegra, which makes me think of the medicine. Manos de Uruguay. Machine wash or hand wash, cool water, dry flat. So there are 445 yards, a 75% superwash merino, 25% pomade, and this is in the colorway Fondo del Mar. And, oh, it's showing up perfectly. It's Seahawks colors. This is also a fingerling weight. This is Seahawks colors. I was going to make this for my grandfather. But I don't know if... I'm apprehensive about the care. I think it's going to felt up really fast on him. Even if I tell him, hey, you can machine wash it, but don't dry it, just lay it out to dry. I think he might forget that. But I might be able to convince my grandmother to make sure she's the one who washes this, and it has to be laid out to dry. But it's beautiful. And I think this will make an awesome... Like, I want to buy it. There were so many colorways that I just couldn't stop picking up from Allegra at my yarn store. And this is just... It's heaven. I want to be careful because I don't want to get... I have foundation on and I don't want to get that all over. So... Yee! I've been actually looking at some Etsy sellers and I'm about to go bonkers next paycheck. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad how much yarn I have wanting to buy on Etsy. So, I got more fabric to show you. So I went into Hobby Lobby. What was I going to buy? Oh, I went to go see if they had more of that dyeable cotton yarn. And instead, I found more pretty fabrics. So I found this one and I fell in love instantaneously. I knew I had to buy it. And I don't know if I'm going to use it as a liner or as the outside of the fabric, but I think it would be nice for both. This one is definitely going to be a outside fabric. It's got Eiffel Towers, it's got little Polaroids and hearts and script. Can you tell I like France? I love France. I want to go to France so bad, and just I keep trying to convince the boyfriend that we need to go there whenever we do. And then I got this. These two I got only a yard of each, and I got 2 yards of this guy. And this I'm definitely going to be using as a liner. It's just simplistic. It is a little harsh on the eyes because it is so small. It's kind of like makes you go cross-eyed really fast. So yeah, I don't want that. So that's why it's going to be the inside of a bag. It's the last thing this time, I promise, I swear. Finally got my knit picks order. So the first thing on top here, which I was so excited for, and then couldn't use it what I was so excited to do, but I'm finding uses for it. This is the Knit Picks Rosewood interchangeable set. It's got from a US 4 all the way to a US 11. It has 4 cables, has 2 24s and 2 16s, which I'm currently using one of the 24s for my best friend's shawl that I showed you earlier. I'm going to save this for last. Yes, I just teased you. Then I got this. Life just got easier. It is a Knit Picks bow winder. Here's the thing. I can cake yarn by hand. All of these cakes that I've been showing you, the black one, I've got a white one that I'm looking at right now that I used for the eyes of my Enderman, crocheted Enderman. I hand caked all of those, so I can do it. This is just to make time easier because normally I just hand cake while I am watching movies and stuff like that. But sometimes I get the itch just to like hand cake all of my yarn. So this will make that a little bit easier. Now for this. So when I ordered, wait a second. So when I ordered from Knit Picks, their baby alpaca cloud base was on sale. I want to say for like $7.50, and it's normally like 10 something. So it's not a big sale, but it's a sale. And because of that, I was like, I need to pick up some of that because I want an alpaca. And the closest thing I'm going to get to an alpaca right now is an alpaca yarn. So I also want sheep. Again, the only way I'm getting that close to a sheep right now is by yarn. So I bought these 3 skeins. This is the Knit Picks Alpaca Cloud Fingerling. This purpley one, this purpley red one is Oscar. I think I wanted him to be redder, but that's okay. This gray one is Alfred, which I bought this because I wanted that plummy color. That's what it was. Plum. I wanted a plum to go with this guy because I love teal. This is a little greener than I expected, but it's definitely pretty. And I know these two, they're jewel tones, so they look excellent together. And I was like, I need a neutral, but I don't know what shade of gray I want. And then Alfred showed up to the party. And I was like, yo, Alfred, how's Bruce Wayne? I'm taking you home. So, if you didn't get that reference, look up Bruce Wayne and Alfred, and you'll understand. So, Anna has an Alfred. And then this teal one that I bought is Bennett. It's so soft, and it's fingerling. Yes, it's fingerling. And I have been librarying all of the fingerling weight yarn, or not yarn, fingerling weight shawls. I gotta make something. I gotta make all the things. I need to make all the things. So now I can make all the things. All of them. So that concludes everything. And I think I rambled enough throughout the video that you don't need a ramblings here at the end of the video. I think I'm just gonna say that's about it. Podcasters that I've been really enjoying lately are the Spun Fiber Co. podcast. Brittany, excellent podcast. She just started, so jump on that. And then Volenvine's Yarngasm podcast. She's what got me into podcasting. I didn't even realize what a podcasting was. Funny thing was, is I've been following Sheepishly Sharing by Margaret for years. And I never got into the whole... Oh, that's another hiccup. I hate those. I never even realized that there were other people, like I did. I just was like, no, Margaret's enough for me. I'm okay with this because she does both knitting and crochet. And at first she was just crochet, and I was like, yes, this is my style. I can do this. But I had jumped off the deep end into the podcasting and now follow like 7 of them. Yeah, that's fun. So it's really part of the reason why I've bought so much yarn. Thanks, guys. I think I'm following Tiny Paper Foxes. I'm following Love Knots and Fuzzy Love Knots. I'm following, who's the British girl? She just cut all of her hair off, and she's a hand dyer. I just started watching, or I just subscribed to the Dyer's Notebook podcast as of like a couple of days ago. Yeah, I'm watching all of the podcasts now, along with all the other videos, as if like if I miss a day, I swear, I have like 30 videos that I'm just like, I want to watch them all, and I get really upset because I can't just sit down and watch all 30 of them in like an hour. Not enough. There's too much movie. Too much videos to watch on YouTube. And you all are so amazing. And thank you. Thank you for encouraging me. So I'm gonna go because my battery is about to die and I've rambled more than enough. And if you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and you can see more Whip It movies, podcasts, those. And thank you if you're already a subscriber. I love you. And until next time, guys. Bye!